3, 2, 1. Hitting the intro music for the stream. It's out there. We hear it.
By we, you mean not us.
Exactly. All right.
Build something on my keyboard.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Final Checkpoint podcast. This is episode number 83. Each week, we react to the latest video game news and talk about games we're playing. My name is Joel.
And I'm Ben.
Ben.
Yes.
Guess what?
What?
It's been a very long day, but it doesn't
Okay.
matter because we are here to talk about video games because they're super important. They're the most important thing in the world. It's true. It's a very true thing. Very true thing.
I'm going with it.
Cool.
Are we going anywhere with it or just there?
That's
Just there.
the only
Just
place
there,
we
okay.
really need to go because let's be honest, the only thing we really care about these days is video games. And you know what? They're not coming out anymore. The one that did come out, you can't get into. And we're going to talk about that because I'm sure that's kind of my main complaint today about it. But either way, we want to thank everybody for listening, everybody for being here. But really, I'm just excited to get to our special guest because he's here. I've been waiting for him to just, finally let me know because I messaged him a long time ago about being on the show.
Wow.
He didn't see
It's
my
been a
message
while.
right away. And, it's kind of like, oh, man, I think he's just ghosting me. But then he's like, oh, well, I didn't see your message. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, damn, no, he's just too big for me. But, that's cool. But, yeah, I want to welcome to the show from Gaming Morning Show, one of the co-hosts, and also from his twitch.tv channel, our special guest tonight, LookItsMikeO. How's it going?
What's up?
Hey.
I'm a large man, so yes, it is hard for me to see the messages sometimes.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
What?
I'm just-
They're so
You know?
tiny. Messages are so small.
they're so little. I grow. It's like Paul Bunyan, the original
Oh.
kaiju.
Dude, I saw that meme and I just thought, I was like, oh, I mean, is the problem that he's a kaiju or that he's like destroying the forest as well?
Is he the kaiju or is Babe the kaiju? Is he just like I don't know. I don't know how to classify Paul Bunyan.
I mean, in that
Interesting.
image, he
Yeah.
was a giant.
Look at the definition.
Yeah, I mean, but he's also destroying the forest. I mean, he's a monster
Yeah.
in general.
I don't think if you destroy stuff, you become a kaiju. So I think we should rule that out.
Yeah, I don't think because I destroy a lot of shit. Can I say bad words?
Oh.
Is that allowed?
Oh, of
Please
course.
do.
Yeah, please
Okay,
do.
just making sure.
Yeah.
I destroy a lot of stuff, so I mean I'm not a kaiju. Like
Okay.
so there's broken stuff over there.
I got the definition
All right.
from Wikipedia. So it's obviously it's Japanese, but it means strange creature. So
Oh.
technically, Sasquatch
Is it kaiju?
could be a kaiju.
What? That's very interesting.
Very true.
I have
very
never
true.
thought to look up the definition of a kaiju.
I mean, it's obviously become to be more of
Hmm.
like monster, but
Synonymous with a large.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Interesting.
would he call himself a kaiju?
Who, Paul Bunyan or
Yeah.
Sasquatch?
or Sasquatch, yeah.
Both.
I don't.
I mean, I
does
don't think.
Paul
I think
Bunyan
Sasquatch is
know
just
what
trying
a
to live his life.
kaiju is.
No, maybe they didn't have
Paul
those back
Bunyan would
then.
be like, I don't know, give me some maple syrup.
True.
Looks like that kind of guy,
He's probably like, just give me another stack of pancakes. I'll let you, like, you can call me whatever you want.
Dude, he would devour just tons. Or he would make giant pancakes, maybe. I
Oh,
don't know.
he'd make, what are those called? Flapjacks?
Yeah. I mean, that's just a pancake, but yeah.
Yeah, it's sure. So, silver dollars, all sorts of shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
go for it. Eat it, Paul. Put it in your
I-
mouth.
I always understood that flapjacks were made with bacon grease, and that was the difference. Is that not true?
Should I look that up too, since this is the show now?
Yeah, seriously,
do,
Ben's like, welcome to
While,
Googling shit with Ben.
while you
Uh-huh.
do that, Mike O, it's Mike
I'm on
O.
it.
Look, it's Mike O. Why don't you
Let's me look. It's
tell
me.
our listeners who you are, what you do, and I don't know. I guess that's pretty much it.
What
and
do I do?
plug your channels and socials,
Hi.
of course.
My name is Mike O. Look, it's me. If you've ever watched like Where's Waldo, it's very similar. Yeah, but when you turn on your screen, just look, it's me. As far as where I am, I'm everywhere. I'm one of the co-hosts, as Joel said, of the Gaming Morning Show, which comes to you live Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 Pacific, from 9 to 12 Eastern, which is a better time zone because then I can not have to get up too fucking early. But yeah, so I co-host the Gaming Morning Show with Hefty Goof and Sports.Gaming, Ryan and Sean. And then I also stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Recently, I've been streaming a lot of Minecraft because, hey, we have a Minecraft server.
We love
So
Minecraft.
we've been doing a lot of that for GMS. And then every Tuesday, I play games that I randomly found on Steam. So it's I call the stream "It Came from Steam," and that's where I find such amazing games as was it Iron Snout and some other ones. This past week I played Leaf Blower Revolution, which was really strange but also somewhat relaxing.
I watched
And
you
I
play
also
that.
found Only Cans.
Only Cans.
So if you ever looked for a fun game with orgasming soda cans, Only Cans is your game. It was just as strange as you'd imagine.
I watched you play Leaf Blower Simulator. What was it called?
Leaf Blower Revolution.
I watched you play that, and I thought that I like got caught in some sort of like dream or something because it felt
weird.
like nothing was happening,
Mm-hmm.
but it also was kind of like relaxing at the same time.
No, so it had a great soundtrack. First of all, it had some very nice lo-fi going on, but it also had like just this thing. It's a simple concept where you blow leaves away, you increase your trees to get more points. No, it was mesmerizing. I think is the best way that I could define it. Where I think I played it for like 45 minutes, and then I was like, "Where the hell has the last hour gone?" So it was pretty incredible.
So in that game, just to ask, because I know you were purchasing items or upgrading something.
Mm-hmm.
Is like, what did anything change? Because I felt like although you did that, nothing really changed afterwards.
I mean, it didn't. So with the upgrades that you have, like you could upgrade to plant more trees, so there was like a larger amount of leaves, and then you could go from like a rake. I think I don't know what the hell I was using, but you went from like a rake to a leaf blower, and then you had these really shitty automated leaf blowers that like I ended up with 3 of them. I don't know what the fuck they did. They just kind of it was like a Roomba, but even more pointless.
Okay.
So I mean, it was cool, but yeah, I could probably still play it for another 2 hours, and after 2 hours, you're like, where'd the time go? But
why am I doing this?
Yeah, but it's incredible. There's so many free games on Steam that have these like absolutely fantastic reviews. So that's my goal on Tuesday is to find those and then play them, and just to see. Some of them are awful, and some of them are great.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Only Cans was the high point though, so if you're a steamer, I suggest you give it a try.
What's the gameplay
concerned.
like from Only Cans?
It's super simple. you click a button. You click either on the right button or the left mouse button. That's basically the game, and it makes really creepy noises.
Are you opening the cans, or is it like you watch the video of
so
the cans?
you shake it, right? And so you have to like click it to get a grade. It's like between A and F. And I don't think it matters. I'm not. I really don't want to like research it because the game was really really weird. But I feel like the higher grade you get, maybe the better the cangasm is. I don't really know how to describe it, but it was very very strange, very very strange.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice. Cool.
But it was hilarious. It was super hilarious.
How did you meet Ryan and Sean from Gaming Morning Show?
So we worked together about 10 years ago, I guess. It was 2010. We worked together when I lived out in Portland. We worked for a call center for this awesome, fantastic company. Where basically what we did was people would call and ask for information on like daycare centers, and you would provide them over chat, voice, or email. I really enjoyed the chat function because then I could listen to like the Dan Patrick Show or whatever podcast I was listening to. So I worked the night shift, I guess the evening shift from 11 to 7 with one of Ryan's friends from college. His name was Joey. So I kind of met Ryan through Joey. And then Sean kind of came along with Ryan. So, they worked really early and I worked the later shift. So we would kind of intermingle a little bit. I'm going to be honest. When we first started, I had no idea that I worked with Sean. Ryan was like, yeah, the three of us work together. And I was like, oh, where?
Neat.
And, yeah, like, wow. But luckily, Sean didn't remember either. So, but eventually we kind of put it together. We're like, oh, yeah, you're the guy. Because he was only there a short while before he went to chiropractor school and did better things than working at a call center. But it was cool. It was a lot of fun. And then I just randomly refound them last year when they started doing GMS, and I was a regular. And then they're like, hey, do you want to guest host? And then I just never left.
Nice. That's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool to kind of like find each other that way.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a small world. We weren't friends when we all worked together. I mean, we were acquaintances. I talked to them.
Yeah.
That was about all. But we got a lot closer the last like 4 or 5 months. So that's cool.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Cool. All right. And then, did you already plug your Twitch channel?
Yep. LookItsMikeO. The twitch.tv/LookItsMikeO. Pretty much all of my socials are LookItsMikeO. And the reason that they're that is because I am very simple and I would forget if I changed them to anything else. So it's just.
It's always good to have the same, like,
Yeah.
Like for branding reasons, it's always good to have the same
Yeah.
username. Mine are kind of all over the place, so it's always good to have that.
Nice. Yeah. The Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Discord,
OnlyFans.
whatever. So
Cool. Well, thanks for being on, and we're excited to have you. And
thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
It's exciting.
We've got some news items to talk about. I'm really interested to get your opinion on the Xbox portion of this because I have a couple questions for you on that part as well. Ben?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm just showing you the Xbox on my shirt. I happen to be
It
wearing
was-
the only
it was
Xbox
very-
shirt I have.
It was very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, how was your week? Anything exciting happen?
Yeah, I mean, I had the week off. So,
yeah, that's right. That's right.
So I did that. It's hot now for some reason.
Arizona.
I think it was almost 100 degrees
God.
today,
That's awful.
which is
It's a-
awful. Yeah.
It's a dry heat, is what I always hear.
I mean, it is, but
It still
also
sucks, right?
it was like a high of 70 a week ago. So it's like, what the fuck's going on? That I don't enjoy. It will be fine in a month when I get used to it. I got a promotion somehow on my week off, so we'll see how that goes
Oh.
on Monday.
That seems like a mistake. We better call them.
I know, but they're like, all right, you got this thing. Training starts on Monday. All right,
All
I
right.
don't.
That's good.
Neato.
Now, does that mean
but
you're going to go from vampire mode to human mode?
no, it'll still be vampire. I'll be in charge of the people on the vampire shift, I guess.
Oh, I see. So now you become
Yeah.
Dracula instead.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe
You're
a
the
lesser
head
demon
vampire.
of some kind, yeah. An incubus or whatever the hell those things are.
Okay.
I think that's about it. We'll keep it PG because I did go to the dispensary.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, I did do that this week.
Nice.
Because it's
I re-
legal here now, so I went to check out how that whole experience is. Pretty easy,
Oh,
pretty simple.
living in Idaho sucks. Cool, exciting.
And I have the difference between pancakes and flapjacks.
Oh, let's hear it. I'm excited.
Okay, pancakes are made from thin batter, while flapjacks are made from oats, sugar, and butter. And flapjacks are baked in the oven, is what this says. Pancakes are on a stovetop.
Who the shit puts their stuff in the oven?
What
I don't
the
know. That's what
hell?
this says.
So-
That's all I'm reading to you. That's
So
it.
never make
Weirdos.
flapjacks is what I'm hearing.
That's the
Yeah,
extent of
well,
research. Also,
Okay, cool.
no more.
All right. Can you
Sounds good.
press
good
delete
with
on
it.
flapjacks and just make sure nobody finds it?
I mean, I closed the tab. That's close.
All right, cool.
It's gone. We can't.
It's
No one
gone.
will ever find it.
No one can know.
It's
Crap.
gone. It's off the internet.
It's like a 6-year-old. Like, nope, nothing's here. We're all good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is a podcast, so you guys don't know what I just did.
Check out the video version, guys.
Oh, crap.
Cool. Yeah, I just did baseball stuff today. My son, we had opening day for my son's baseball team. I'm the assistant coach, so I had to also be there. And we have really weird weather here right now. Like, this is the weirdest weather time in Idaho. So, like, he had a game on Tuesday of this last week, and it was like mid 50s, and it was freezing. And then he had a game Thursday, and it was like mid 70s, high 70s. And it's supposed to go down again to like the lower 60s, maybe high 50s. So it's really weird. And about this time last year, or I think it was more like mid-March, is when we had like a random day of strong wind, hail, and then sun, and then there was an earthquake for the first time in Idaho. So it was really like the world is just going nuts over here.
Like ever?
I think like it feels like almost ever. Like no, everyone was like, "Was there just an earthquake in Idaho?"
It feels like almost ever.
It's like
Facts
really
are
rare.
optional
No, like
on the show.
it's look it up, Ben, with the Googles.
All right,
No, it's like so.
Welcome to Ben Google shit.
I've lived in Idaho for like
Idaho.
11 years, and there had never been an earthquake,
Idaho.
at least here. But I think
So
maybe
I
there's
felt an
small-
earthquake in Idaho when I lived there. So
There's like
already
small tremors,
wrong.
maybe. There's like small.
But it
tremors.
wasn't.
Wrong.
This
It
one
didn't
was
originate
like,
in Idaho.
No, it comes from like pretty far down, but this one was like a
Faraway
4.5 or something. Like it was pretty strong for what they have here. Like being from Southern California, I feel like I'm used to them.
Yeah.
And this was something that I was like, whoa, that was
I don't know if
Get
you
ready
guys
for this.
realize,
I got
Idaho
some-
didn't exist before Joel moved there. So
I
yeah. I
there
brought
was
it with
no
me.
Idaho.
I invented
got
them.
some earthquake facts for you from Idaho-related earthquake facts.
Let's go.
On April 1st, there was a 2.7 earthquake, 72 miles away from Boise. So
Oh.
in Idaho. So there's earthquakes all the time. You liar.
All the time.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
gotcha.
feel
way
it
to go.
though, because my house was settling.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it's small, dude.
Yeah,
They're
but
lo-
this one was stronger. Can you look up the one from last year in March? Do it.
Yeah, let's see. Idaho, March. Oh, March 31st, 2020 is like auto-suggested.
Perfect. Yeah, because that one was the one everyone was Googling.
Struck near Boise. Yeah, 6.5 earthquake.
6.5.
Mhm.
That's a strong one. That's almost a
That's
7.
a pretty.
If you round
That's a
up.
pretty crazy one.
If you round up, that's basically a 10.
I mean, you shouldn't round up with, especially with
No.
earthquake numbers, but
No, most science things it doesn't work
Yeah,
real well.
if
If you round up, there's like 20,000 dead people.
Yeah, we're good. Ew. Man, but yeah, the weather has been really weird. I mean, I live in Indiana, and it was 75 on Tuesday,
Ooh.
and on Thursday it snowed. So,
Whoa. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
so I fucking hate Indiana.
It's global warming.
Nah,
It's because I go
Nah.
outside and I just, spray those aerosol cans just straight up in the air all day.
I live in Indiana, so there's no global warming.
Okay.
Sometimes I just go outside with the Aquanet, and I'm like, yeah, suck on that, Mother Nature. So
Yeah, I need to stop doing that. Really
But we do it
wasting all
at
those
church.
I need to stop doing
All
that.
those,
Yeah, you should probably.
all those cans of hairspray. I just go out there and just waste it.
just don't huff them. Yeah, that's the problem.
I should stop doing that too.
Byproduct of
Maybe,
huffing, right?
maybe I'd be able to spit more facts on this podcast.
No.
No,
No,
that's-
it's not gonna
Don't
get
do it.
better.
All right, let's get going to the video game stuff. I think that's what
Get
we're all
cracking.
here for.
Speaking
Ben,
of video
Mhm.
games,
we tried to come up with a name for this. Didn't quite work out.
No.
So
Didn't.
since you have more of the brain power today, I'm gonna let you take it. Why don't you?
Sure.
Why don't you take
Well, see,
it from here?
I still think you read the first line and then I do the next line.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
Ben, how many stories do we have?
And then we got to figure out like a better way to introduce that we're gonna call the stories the week's patch notes or the patch notes for the week, maybe. Patch notes for the week. Anyway, we have 4 stories in the patch notes this week.
four score
Oh,
7 years ago.
Yep.
yeah,
Sorry.
I was thinking, we could, Ben, you can shave like Abraham Lincoln, and we can call it your Gettysburg Address, but like of video games.
Yes.
Yes, that's worth it.
Yeah.
He's
The
gotta
only
do it
time
every
we have
week.
like 4 news items.
I have 4 news items. Let me get the razor out.
Just start shaving on.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Stream.
So the first news item is a sad news item. On the 31st, shortly, I guess, right around midnight, Mario died. So there's no more Mario. He's
Rip.
gone. These are facts. Abraham Lincoln is telling you these facts right now, so you just
Yes.
listen. Just shut up and listen. And that's it. There you go. Nintendo killed
Oh.
Mario. They didn't have to, but they did.
So
Why'd they kill Mario?
I mean, that's kind of just the joke of.
Yeah,
So
I know.
I know, but it's Mario 35, that online thing that I forgot to play again.
it was
and
it was
then-
pretty horrific. Didn't they like kill him and then shove him in a vault somewhere? In like some sort
Like
of safe?
Jesus,
Yeah.
like Jesus. Yeah, it fits with the time frame. So maybe by the time the show ends, he'll have risen. You know, it's almost Easter. Makes sense.
Just microtransactions.
Will he
of
come out of a
Mario.
pipe? He just boop, 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 boop,
He like, oh, there's a rock on
Like
top
The
of this pipe,
Grudge.
and then he pops out. I'm just surprised they didn't say anything. Nintendo just let this happen and let everyone have their memes and didn't say like a plan or
Yeah.
anything. It's like, nah, we just can't buy this stuff anymore. Bye.
Did
Okay.
they? So
Yeah.
they ghosted that, didn't they? Like it's just off the market. Like you can't go and buy it on the shop. The Mario.
you
the-
can't. You
What
can't
is it
buy
called? The 3D Mario Pack or whatever.
3D All Stars collection or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not like I guess it's a good deal essentially because it's what 60 for the 3 Mario games.
Right.
I guess I'm not super heartbroken about it because I never want to buy Mario 64 ever again. Because it's probably
Mhm.
my least favorite 3D Mario game. So
Whoa, no, Sunshine. Come on.
I think Sunshine at least.
Don't get crazy.
I mean, I guess I just haven't played it enough to hate it. But I'm just like tired of Mario 64.
Okay, that's fine.
The only enjoyable part is throwing that penguin off the thing.
Oh, fuck that stupid penguin. God.
Why do you guys hate penguins?
No, it's that penguin.
It's just that one
Oh,
penguin
just that one?
because like
Yeah,
you throw
okay,
them off and
cool.
the giant mom's like behind you trying to like get mad at you or something. I don't
And
know,
you have to
just-
race the penguin?
you have to
God,
race the
that's
penguin,
terrible.
and it's irritating
Terrible.
because you slide off the thing all the time.
Yeah.
I don't
They
know.
picked a really shitty day to do it though, because like March 31st moving into April 1st, like everyone's like, yeah, whatever. Wait, what? And then
Oh,
everyone freaks
no.
out. Yeah.
It's just a weird thing that Nintendo decided to do. Like, why would you just
Right.
decide to take like? Don't you like money, Nintendo? Why would you
Well, and
decide to just remove this thing off the market? Just
I'm
let us
sure they're
buy it.
putting the games out again, or they'll do like these games aren't gone. They
No,
will appear again. So it's just weird they didn't have any information about that to me.
Yeah.
I would have said, hey, now you can buy them a la carte the day after. It's not special anymore, but here it is. So, I don't know. Maybe they'll stay true to their word. You'll never be able to buy it again. I don't know.
Maybe.
Possible.
Maybe they'll just put it away for a year and then bring it out next March 31st to like celebrate Mario's. I don't know.
Reemergence.
His reemergent, yeah. Yeah.
His resurrection.
His resurrection.
The
I'm telling you.
resurrection of Mario.
They did it too close to Easter. It just works really well.
It kind of does. It kind of does. Okay. Well, rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Take that,
Yeah, take that, Mario.
Mario.
Number
No one liked you
2.
anyway.
Yeah, no one really cared about you. Clearly, Joel didn't.
No.
No.
No, sorry, Mario. There's better games out there.
I mean, okay, but that's not what we're talking about. Number 2 on the news list, we finally got the Cyberpunk 1.2 patch giant scroll from I don't know, the CVS receipt, I guess.
Oh my gosh,
From-
yeah, the Circuit
it-
City receipt of
Oh,
patch
Circuit
notes.
City. Wow, yeah.
It was huge. I didn't
Yeah.
even I scrolled through like part of the list of patch notes, and at a certain point
Right.
I was like, okay, so they just built a new game.
I started scrolling through it and I was like, this is just getting silly. We need to stop.
Yeah.
It's almost embarrassing. Like at a
Oh,
certain
yeah,
point,
yeah,
you should
yeah.
just be like, many other changes were made. Like
And more.
it's
But
it's almost like, like if I were to sell you something like a car and then you bring it in for repairs, I'm like, if I were to give you a list of what I repaired and it was that long, I would owe you a new car.
Right. But no, the list with Cyberpunk would be, to stick with the car analogy, would be like, we opened the hood and then we looked at the engine and then we decided to take this bolt off to get to this thing. Like they just way too into the nitty gritty. We fixed this quest and this quest and this quest. Like, what'd you do? Oh, I just moved a thing over. Like, well, that's not, I don't need to know that. I don't need to know every single line item. It was too much. And I didn't start the game.
There are people though who need that.
Right.
Who are like, I need to tell you everything. So they should make like a abridged version and then the CVS version. Be like, here's some of the general gist of some of the major changes we made. And then like, if you have nothing to do for the next 3 days, here's the rest. So, you know, there are some people who are super anal about that.
Right.
Yeah,
I like
people
patch
are
notes. That was too much.
Yeah.
Those people aren't playing the game. They're just
They're reading
hacking it.
about the game. at this point.
They're analyzing.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at this.
Yeah, I stopped playing it just because I like. It's not that I wasn't enjoying the game. I just like wasn't in the mood for it. Because once I got through like the part of the game that I did feel was like, wow, this seems revolutionary. And then the more I played, I was like, nope, this is actually just Fallout.
Yeah.
But like, you know, a little bit cooler, but also not that much cooler.
Yeah.
It started to settle.
When I saw the penis part in the like making your character, I was like, yeah, it's too much for me. Like
I'm out.
I'm tapping out.
I just randomized my character and started it. I have no idea what size his junk is, so
That's good.
that's gonna be a cool reveal for me.
It's probably for the best.
he's gonna end up with a micro penis, and I'm gonna be like, well, that's hilarious.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Poor intern, whose average job it was to create that.
Oh yeah. What? I don't know. I guess it shows up during the sex scenes. I never got to one of those in the game.
There's sex scenes?
That's what people say. I don't know.
I think
What's going on
there's there are, and that's
Oh, there for sure are. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also playing as the female character, so it's more interesting, but not that much more interesting.
I don't know, Ben. I don't know about that.
I, to be fair, haven't seen her penis. I could have had one too. I think.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Ben's
Probably.
gonna be screaming.
Doesn't
Don't
matter.
do that to her.
Sometimes she does pop up naked, like when you're driving. Just all of a sudden is naked. Like, why? Why are you naked? It's weird.
Got hot.
It's weird lady.
Whew, I just gotta take it off.
It's a strange game.
Yeah.
Very surprised what happened with that whole thing. Number 3 on the news list, the former exclusive IP from Sony, MLB The Show, which is now branching out to Xbox, is going to be a day one Xbox Game Pass release, surprising probably everybody. It's also cross-platform play, cross-save, cross-whatever, cross-media bar.
Everything.
I don't care about baseball at all. I've never cared about baseball. But Joel, you're big into baseball, apparently.
I mean,
no.
I've always been like into baseball, and I've enjoyed some of the baseball games. I think MLB is just a little too sim. It's almost too hard to play sometimes. But I mean, there's certain parts of it that I do enjoy. I think the biggest surprise about this is it makes Sony look really bad, right? This was their IP. This was something that drew people to their console exclusively because, you know, it's not that they owned the rights to MLB because there was MLB 2K, right? But because it just couldn't measure up to what the show was doing, they stopped making it. And, you know, this iteration was coming out on both consoles, which again was a big score for who does it? Sony San Diego, I think.
Yes,
I
think they do.
Sounds good.
Which is great because that if they are if they're making this game, I think they deserve more recognition. They deserve more sales for that title.
Yeah.
I think the biggest I think the loss here for Sony is the fact that it's coming day and date to Game Pass, right? So now that makes Game Pass look way more appetizing than it would be for someone that's like, well, I was gonna pay $70 to play it on the PlayStation 5, but I could sign up for Game Pass and just play it on my PC or, on my Xbox. If you can get one, right? If you can get any of these consoles, or if you have one, right?
Well, that's the thing, right? Is the elusive PS5 and Xbox Series X are still. I mean, it's still incredibly, incredibly hard to get those.
We're still trying to get them.
But I mean, honestly, so I'm a diehard baseball fan, right? But I don't play the games because they just. It's not. I'm a casual gamer, so I don't want to try and figure out the stick play to hit the ball and yada yada yada. It's just trying to hit a tiny little ball with a bat just doesn't seem like a whole lot of fun in a game. Like football is not bad, soccer is cool, but that concept is nuts. But the fact that this is coming to Xbox and Game Pass is huge.
It's huge.
So I mean, Game Pass just seems so much more appealing for so many different reasons. I mean, like the Bethesda thing, like holy shit, that's amazing. You got all these like beautiful games coming over that are available on the Game Pass, and I think I have the Game Pass like 2024 because of some random. I bought like 8 things, back to back to back on a sale, and now it's great. So having that day one is phenomenal, and they're killing it. It sucks for Sony, but it's good for the rest of us.
It's crazy that they don't even have it as a PlayStation Plus title, right? Like you think that would be a deal that they would work out to get it on PlayStation Plus, since Microsoft has it on, or Xbox has it on Game Pass.
Yeah.
And
well, I think they usually. Someone was mentioning they do put it on PlayStation Plus.
not so
at some point.
Yeah, it's usually later in the year. It's really, like I think they just recently put
Not
the
day
last
one.
one.
Yeah.
They usually
And this is a big seller for Sony.
yeah.
And I think it's fascinating if Microsoft will do this again next year, or if this is kind of a, hey, play it on Xbox this year, and then you get into that ecosystem and you're like, all right, I'll just play it here.
Yeah.
Why not? Maybe it'll be on Game Pass again. And now I'm over here.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting move.
Yeah, and and we keep hearing like the value of Game Pass, right? And it's kind of like we get it, like we know it's a great value, but it's not for everybody, right? It's really not. Like I have Game Pass for because we got an Xbox a couple years ago, and I wanted the PC version of it for myself because I play on PC. We got it for my kids because they mainly just play Minecraft and like one or two other games on there. But I'm not really downloading and beating games, that are on Game Pass. I'm like trying a few games here and there, and I'm getting to play newer Xbox games when they're day and date on there. But it's not really a system seller unless you are someone that's maybe new to Xbox, or you're buying it for someone who's new to the Xbox, in like ecosystem, right? And they haven't played these games, and they're looking to play all these games, and it's like a great deal for them. I just don't think a lot of people are like dying to get into Game Pass to play all these games. I think they're just like, if they haven't played these games yet, maybe. I don't know. It's just, to me, it doesn't seem like such a huge system seller.
I disagree, just in the fact that I think it is a really big point for a lot of folks, because I mean it is fairly affordable. Like I used to subscribe to GameFly back in the day.
GameFly.
It was great. It was wonderful because you could play. You paid one flat fee and you got whatever you got. And with Game Pass, I think there's a huge draw to that where, it has a ton of different games on there. It has something for everybody. Honestly, there's games on there that my 8-year-old daughter likes. There's games on there that my 13-year-old loves. Up until recently, The Sims was on there. There's a lot of stuff on there that you can find, and there's a lot of newer named games too. You're not just looking at games that are 5, 6, 7 years old. You're looking at games that have been out, fairly recently.
Yeah.
So,
but is it a system seller, or is it something people are taking advantage of that already have an Xbox or a gaming PC? Because that, to me, that's a trick thing. Because like
Yes.
We did get it with our Xbox, but only because
Yeah.
we knew like Minecraft was on it, and like okay, there's a possibility that there's gonna be some other games that the kids might play, but we knew Minecraft was gonna be on it, and then I knew for myself, I'm like, I want Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah.
Because I want the ability to play, you know, Gears and Halo for myself on PC. Like for me, knowing that and getting into that part of the ecosystem was my sell on it, but not for the console itself. Like I've been wanting to get Game Pass Ultimate since I heard about it, but at the time like it wasn't even robust at all. Like there was barely anything on it.
Yeah.
But I think to me it just doesn't seem like it's, I mean, in that it's just hard to tell because there's such a lack of systems right now, and it's also hard without knowing Xbox One's numbers at all. But it just doesn't seem like it's a great deal. It's a great deal, and they're getting all these cool exclusives, and you know this is coming here, and Bethesda's there, and it's like, but are people really buying an Xbox for Game Pass, or are they still wanting to buy PlayStation 5s, and are they just mainly getting PCs because everyone's getting gaming PCs now? Like, I don't know.
I think it's one of those things where you're not going to buy an Xbox because like, oh, I want Game Pass, let me get Xbox. I think it's one of those things where if you're trying to weigh an Xbox versus a PlayStation, you're like, okay, what do I get on each thing? Like, sure, PlayStation's got exclusive games. You know, like if I want these new ones, it's, you know, $60 a pop every time. Whereas you're like, okay, well, or on the Xbox, I can get this thing for, you know, either $17 a month or get one of those crazy deals where you get it for a year. So, you know, that could help make that decision too. And I mean, granted, I got rid of my Xbox, but I've I've had a 360, the Xbox One and the Series X, and it was just I mean, it was a great system. It was a really good system to play, and I don't think it's you're not going to get an Xbox just for Game Pass, but I think you're going to get Game Pass because you got the Xbox.
Yeah.
And I think that might help some people make up their mind because you get a lot more bang for your buck, especially with some of these, you know, day one releases that are hopefully slated even more to come out in the future for those folks.
That's a good way of putting it. So, because
Yeah.
if you have your Xbox, you're gonna get Game Pass. Where instead of like you're not getting an Xbox because of Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Why did
And
you
they
get?
constantly have the dollar deals too, where it's like get Xbox for $1 for 3 months or whatever. So
Why did you get rid of your Series X? Is it just because you weren't playing it much, or?
yeah, I wasn't playing it a whole lot. I kind of made the switch to PC gaming,
Okay.
and
That's what I figured.
my good friend Chris M.E. is in the chat. He kind of helped me find a really good gaming PC.
Nice.
I was
Shout out
doing
to
a lot
Chris
more
M.
streaming, so I had an iMac, and it wasn't terrible. It was good, but I could do a whole lot more. And then I podcast and I do graphic design, so I was like, okay, I need to upgrade. I'm gonna do that. Might as well just get the whole shebang. And then I just wasn't. I wasn't happy with the Series X. I had a couple of games that would not fully work often, so I was like, yeah, it's not too bad. I hated Call of Duty. Jeez, it would constantly just kick me out of the game.
I think that might just be Call of Duty.
Yeah, well, there was a couple of games where we do it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, well, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun for the moment that I spent like 3 months trying to find it, and then just dumped it. So that was cool.
I always think of that meme whenever I hear Call of Duty where it says like, "I'm your hard drive now."
Yeah, absolutely. Jeez. Ugh. But no, I enjoy my PC. It can do a lot more than my Xbox could, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But
And-
yeah, for streaming purposes, it was just a lot easier to not have to flip between things. And when I got rid of like all the HDMI relays and the hookups, like I had this little clicky guy, yeah, sucker. Once I got rid of all that stuff, it streamlined my desk a lot too. So my desk isn't as cramped.
Nice.
So, yeah. I didn't get the crazy lights and shit though, because I'm almost 40, and I thought maybe that would have been too much.
No, come on, get them.
You can't even buy PC components without lights anymore.
Maybe I'll just get like a tap light on the side here, and just like,
Oh my
like
god,
aha, you know, yeah, there you go, there you
Oh
go.
yeah.
it barely works. So, I just got like I have a lamp and I just put in like a purple light bulb.
Nice.
I tried a blue light bulb on the ceiling and it was tripping me out, so I took it out. I had to switch it out.
Yeah.
It was it felt like I was going into a tanning salon,
Oh.
and I just like,
Birds, one stone.
oh no.
Stream and tan at the same time.
Yeah,
Fancy.
no, I felt like it was ruining my eyes, so I just I switched it back out. I was like, I don't know what's happening. It's like
I tried to do the mood lighting thing in the room, and I don't know if I just can't get the hang of it or
Yeah.
what. But I also was going to do a green screen, and I promptly got yelled at because people are like, you got so much cool shit in your office.
Yeah.
Fine.
Like,
fine.
okay, jeez.
I had a green screen for a while, and then the camera, because of the lighting, it just wouldn't work with the camera, and then I tried a blue one because I got tired of the green background, and then that wouldn't work either because of the lighting. Something changed because it used to work with like my really old shitty camera, and then once I got the newer camera, I couldn't get the chroma key out, and then when I got like the newer version of OBS, that worked even shittier, and I was just like, I'm just done with it.
Once you got the new camera that could differentiate between things.
Yeah,
all,
so I just
all
I'll
that
just put
there.
lightning back up in the background. I got my Kind of Funny poster and, Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna let them be the background.
Yeah,
Less
I've
tiny
collected
room.
a lot of things. So like I got Barry over here. I've got a 3D printer over there. I've
Oh my
got
God, I think you
cans of
moved.
air. I've got some shit over there.
You
It
got
was
room.
really helpful the other day when I did the bit on GMS about all the stuff that you can get. I just kind of went on for like 10 minutes because there's a lot of shit on my desk. I got this little Mothman guy here. I've got a little Bigfoot dude. Got Deathstroke. Got I mean, there's a ton of shit. I'm not gonna do that here. Let's just fill, especially on a podcast. Haha, podcast listeners, you better catch the VOD. You can't see all the cool shit. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next item.
Final tiny bit of news, just an update. Pretty much right after we recorded, maybe not even a day later, Sony confirmed they are closing the PS3, PSP, PS Vita stores.
Boo.
Pretty much exactly what the rumor said. I don't remember the dates. They're in a couple months. They're not the same date. You're still gonna be able to download your games if you bought them. You just will
Yay.
not be able to buy new games.
Well, they're lost.
And there's been people saying it's like a clerical issue where if you had a game on the Vita or on the PSP probably where it sold one copy in the last 2 months, that still means someone has to like send you a receipt and do all this other nonsense with it.
No.
Yeah, so someone has to do their job, I guess, and so they're not gonna do it anymore.
That sucks for people that are currently developing Vita games. Because I know Colin.
No one should be doing that, first of all.
I was
But
gonna
yes,
say, is that really a thing?
Yeah, people
It
like there's
is.
some indie people that are still making them. Like Colin's making one of his games for Vita and like PS4 and PS5, I think.
Right.
And he said he's talking to other developers that are currently doing that too. But like because they got little, or they got no warning at all, and they had just bought
Right.
a dev kit and stuff like that. So it's just like
That's the thing.
that's weird. Like it's almost like they did it without planning it. Like they're just like maybe they made a decision at a board meeting like the week before the rumor went out or something. And then it's just like, yeah, let's just do it. Which, I mean, I can still download my stuff, so I'm not mad because I ain't going anywhere buying PS3, PS Vita, PSP games anytime soon. But it's just weird that, I mean, it's not that weird because we're at PS5 now, so and these generations are a lot older. But it's just there's no backwards compatibility option, so it's just like we're just cut off completely.
Right.
Where Xbox, you can buy Xbox originals and they're backwards compatible and stuff like that.
And that's that's the weird thing, right? Sorry, go ahead. I cut you
Yeah,
off.
no, I think there's a point people bring up. It's like, well, I don't want to play these old games, and I get that point. But the games you're playing right now, think about in 10 years if no one was able to buy them anymore. If you love these games, like,
Yeah.
oh, I just can't buy The Last of Us 2 in 10 years? That's weird. It's the same idea. You're too in it now to realize it. Eventually what you like now will be old school and you'll want to revisit that nostalgia, but you can't because of stupid decisions like this that don't affect you now, but will affect you in the future. And it is a very negative thing for the industry as a whole, I think, in terms of how disposable we treat games. It's just, oh, the next thing, next thing, next thing. And there are hundreds of games that will never get played. And some of them are fantastic and are very influential in like history of the platforms. A lot of these PS3 games on PlayStation Network, you won't be able to buy anymore, and you won't be able to see them unless you bought them, and that's just disappointing. You look at something like Steam, it doesn't matter. I could play a game I bought on Steam 15 years ago, and there's no issue. I don't have to deal with backwards compatibility. I don't have to deal with anything, and
Yeah.
that's what we should be shooting for, instead of this very old school, like, well, I guess we just throw it all away.
Yeah.
That's what sucks about it.
Like movies and music pretty much have
Yeah.
it down, right? Like you can buy old movies from like the 1920s that you can watch, and I don't know if that's true. I mean, it seems true. There's a lot of black and white movies out there,
it does
but-
get more difficult with
Yeah.
old movies and like the 50s or
Yeah.
something, but
like
I'm sure
music,
you can find it.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is that was old. Like that's a problem that they didn't have under control. And
Yeah.
maybe they weren't thinking about the future, but we are 60, 70 years removed from that. We should have a handle on that. We should be thinking about that. It shouldn't be things fall through the cracks now
Mhm.
just because.
Yeah, and this
That's
isn't
what
even,
it seems like.
This isn't even really an issue of like technology or like the ability to
Yeah.
conserve something like film that was maybe lost or destroyed. This is just like a company being like, no, we're just gonna shut down.
Like, nah.
We're just gonna
Nah.
put away the record, of that.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Well, just I mean, it's people we're throwawayable, right? That works.
Yeah,
Is that
sure.
Throwawayable.
We like
Either yeah, they're just it doesn't matter. They're like, hey, whatever, it's fine. You bought this once, but now look at all this cool new shiny shit we got.
yeah, look at these
Fuck that old
PlayStations
stuff.
we don't
Do
want to
this
give you.
one. You know,
They don't even
so
want our
it's-
money
yeah.
for the PS5s.
No.
It's
I'm trying.
Literally, I'm trying to buy one, Sony.
Yeah.
I'm trying to buy one so I can play Demon Souls, you bastards, and Returnal, and you won't take my money.
they don't care.
Yeah.
They're like whatever. You'll as
Nah.
soon as it's available, you'll throw your money at it. So it's fine.
I will.
No big deal.
I'll
Yeah,
give you
we'll
my
see.
money.
It'll probably be like a year trying to get this stupid thing.
I ain't refreshing
can't
no
wait for
screens,
those.
man.
PlayStation 6 to come out.
I'll do
Yeah, I'll
it.
just wait for the PS5 Pro because maybe it'll be.
Might as well.
It won't look as dumb either.
By the time we can
Yes.
buy it, it will like they're gonna almost be announcing a PS5 Pro, and it'll be like, oh,
Exactly,
dang
that's the
it.
problem.
All right.
Ridiculous.
Maybe that's what they're waiting for, so they can just jack that price point up and be like, "Oh, hey, it's finally back in stock." Or you can
Yeah.
get this one. Look, it has a chicken warmer.
And they're gonna be laughing at us. You suckers!
Gosh, bunch of jerks.
I love it.
And that is it for the news.
Bunch
All
of jerks.
right, the news you could use if you
The
choose,
news.
right?
Oh,
All right, I got that from PlayStation Blog.
did you?
I did. My bad.
Wow.
Don't sue me.
People read blogs? What? Just kidding.
Just Joel.
Just me.
Just-
Well, that does it for the news. Excited to get the news over with because now we can get to the fun part of the podcast where we talk about games that we played this past week. And we're going to start off with our guest, the illustrious, good Lord.
It's illustrious.
Illustrious.
You'll go with that.
Mikeo.
Sure.
Why don't
Oh,
you
good
tell
news.
us about a lovely game that you played this week?
So we were just talking about the Leaf Blower Revolution, and I just got an update. There's an update. That's pretty exciting.
Oh, that's good.
What have
Yeah,
what have they
yeah,
updated
guys.
in this game?
I
Can't
More
can't
leaves.
believe it.
Yeah.
More leaves. It's prettier leaves.
the more leaves update, huh?
The more leaves
the
patch.
the more leaves patch. I mean, honestly, I've been sticking a lot with my old reliable lately. Is Minecraft. I've been playing a lot of just because we on GMS we kind of built a couple of different servers, for folks to come through. We had built one survival server
I'm on it.
where which you're on, which a couple of our faithful followers have run roughshot through. So that's pretty exciting. They've either they just beat the Ender Dragon, which I don't really know what that is.
Oh, that's so cool.
They either
I've done it
beat
before.
the end thing or they're about to. I don't know.
Oh,
They keep
man,
telling
I
me
missed
about
out.
things like nether stuff. I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck.
you
a
gotta go to the
thing is.
Nether. That'd be
I
the-
like building stuff. That's my thing. So we created a creative one. So I'm building a castle currently because why the fuck not? And then we opened up a second survival server for those who just kind of want to enjoy and not have weird monster things wearing like shiny glowing armor attack you all the time.
Mm.
So we've been doing a lot of that, and then I've been really enjoying Steam as a career console player. Getting to kind of dive into the Steam pool has been really exciting.
Yeah.
But so for me, one of the things I like doing the most is playing like the random indie games that are free. And that's how I found like Only Cans and Iron Snout. I played some game called Distancing, which was a real letdown. But it was like a game about social distancing. I should have known better. Where it like you walk around and it's like you should distance from people, but you can't, and they just like attack you, and you're like, what the hell, dude? Get away from me. I have to buy some things for a party. And then you go to the party and you get COVID, I guess. I don't really know what you get.
Oh, this looks
But yeah,
funny.
no, Steam's been wonderful. Let's see what we got. Leaf Blower Revolution, Distancing, Such Art. One of the things that I found about Steam though that really burns my biscuits is a lot of games have paywalls. And they're like, yeah, you can like you're doing great, you're having so much fun. Oh, by the way, if you want to continue and get more content, it's $7. Like what?
There's been a
I mean,
lot
I'll
of
gladly pay for a game, but tell me up front.
there's been a lot of games that are like from mobile that they've put on
Mhm.
Steam. So you might run into those. So I'd be careful.
Yeah.
Where you're like,
Now,
oh
there was
man,
one
this
called
seems
My
pretty great.
Singing Monsters, which seemed like a really cool concept, but it's also
heard of
like,
that.
oh, it's like the Farmville model, where you're like, oh hey, you want to grow some more monsters? You can buy this awesome emerald pack for $5. And you're like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I have
No.
heard of this.
Yeah, you don't want to. Like, I don't want to buy any more monsters that bad. Fuck that. But there's a lot of really really cool games on Steam that, I mean, they're short ones. You play them for like an hour and then you win. But it's really neat. It's really neat to see things.
Cool.
So my world has been taken up with small indie stuff, and then a little bit of I keep trying Apex, and I'm really bad at it.
I'm bad. at it.
I don't know
Yeah.
why. I'm just awful. Yeah, my Call of Duty skills for some reason just don't seem to transfer, and it gets super frustrating because you're like, yeah, I get like 6-8 kills per game in Call of Duty, and now I last 14 seconds, and some guy shoots me in the head. I hate you.
Do you play mouse and
Love it.
keyboard on Apex, or do you do controller?
I've played mostly controller. I've dabbled in the mouse and keyboard. So I've always wanted to learn to play the piano, but my hands aren't very good independently from each other. So trying to do the mouse and keyboard, I also find myself looking at the keyboard kind of a lot to be like, which key is it? And then of course, when you do that, you get shot in the face. So yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm
I
trying.
find myself
trying.
doing that too. For Destiny, I'm better with controller, but for Apex, I'm getting better with mouse and keyboard. If I go to controller, I do worse than I do with mouse and keyboard. So it's really weird. It's a weird
Cool.
balance.
Yeah, I bought this this like fancy like gaming mouse
Oh yeah.
because it has like side buttons and stuff, and I was like, yeah, this will help me. It doesn't help.
Yeah, this one. So I got it with my gaming PC, and it has a button in the middle here, which I thought was like cool. I can hotkey something there, but it's actually a hotkey for mouse button 1. So that's no good. So
You
if
can change that.
no, it's I don't
Yes.
know, maybe I try.
I'm
I tried.
sure. I'm
There's no
sure.
way. There's
I
no
clicked
way you
it
can't
and it
change that.
shot, and I was like, "That's not supposed to happen."
It's probably because you didn't set it up. It just defaults to clicking.
No, I did. I tried to hotkey one of my abilities to it, and it took over
No, you
my
have
shooting.
to go into the mouse software.
Oh, okay. Mouse software. Let me wait. Let me write this down. I need to post it.
Oh, I gotta try. Oh, yeah, that's it.
But
Ben, you
this
know-
one, I mean, this
you know
one,
these
the
things are
running,
hard.
like running, sprinting, sliding, like all that on a keyboard, you're like, what the hell is all this?
Oh,
How
it's a
do I-
lot. Yeah.
I don't get
Yeah,
how
like-
people crouch with control with like left control. That to me is unnatural.
When you,
Your
like, a
hands
lot
just
of-
go-
A lot of games are like defaulted to where left control is to crouch,
yeah.
yeah.
and other games are like C. C is to
Yeah.
crouch, and I'm just like, how do you do left control? I'm like, I guess I don't know.
They're
Mavis Beacon taught me wrong.
there's on this this gaming mouse, there's these like these two buttons on the side, which I hotkeyed for sprint and crouch because the whole time like, how the fuck do you crouch?
Yeah,
How do I slide? And people are like sliding and popping, and you're like, oh my god.
yeah.
You
For,
know,
for
so
Apex,
just-
I do the same thing for one of the like mouse button 5 or something like that. I have for
Yeah.
the crouch and slide.
How do you do this? How do you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the whole time you're concerned, you're just like ah.
I tried writing it down on like a post-it note and putting it on my screen, but it doesn't.
Oh yeah.
My eyes just go right to the keyboard, and then you're like, and I'm dead. Great.
I used to have my hotkeys
That's-
for Final Fantasy 14 written on a white eraser board and have it sitting right here next to me so I'd remember.
Nice. We gotta look away from the screen to get that, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh god, there's people. Ugh, gosh, it's ridiculous. What about you guys? What are you playing? You playing anything fun? Any recommendations?
Let's
Huh?
see. I've got
Samuel.
a couple things. So before we get to Outriders, because that's
Sure.
the big new release that I kind of want to complain about. Although I do have some good
Okay.
things to say. I played a little bit of Naruto Boy. Well, it's Narita Boy.
Narita Boy.
I keep saying Naruto. And I like this game. Did you have a chance to play it, Ben?
I did. I played it.
I-
I played a little bit of it.
I played like the intro. I got all the way to where you get
Yeah.
the sword. And then I played a little bit after that, and then I kind of
Okay.
stopped because Outriders finally finished downloading. I love the style of this game. It's a little like
Yeah.
too like we want to be really stylish and like what would you say is like the style it's trying to give you? It's like very 80s techno.
Yeah, it looks like sword and sorcery kind of
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the tall bodies.
Yeah, sword and sorcery mixed with like techno 80s. Like I got like VCR cassette vibes from it.
I turned that filter off. There's like the CRT
Oh, you
curve
can
of
turn
the
it
screen.
off? Okay, because at a
Yeah,
certain
you can
point it was
turn it
hurting
off.
my
It-
eyes. I should have turned
the
it off.
option. The option is labeled as if you're turning it on, but it turns it off.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, it's I like it. It's interesting. I want to play more of it. I really wanted to get to Outriders, so I did check it out. I definitely plan to play more, but I just wanted to see if you had a chance to play it because the style of it, when you die, it says "rest in force" or something like.
Yeah, it's
really
a
weird.
weird. There's a lot of like that rocker kind of handography.
Yeah, it's
All
going
right.
on.
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's on Game Pass. It just came out.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
it's on console and PC, right?
Yeah, I'm playing on PC.
Yeah, I'm playing it on PC as well. I'd give it a shot. It's a little hack and slash kind of
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cool.
It's pretty cool. I played a little bit more than you, maybe 20 minutes more or something like that. Oddly enough, because I couldn't play Outriders, I only played Narita Boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
Very
What was
strange.
wrong with that, Riders?
I don't know. We'll get to it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got.
We'll get to it.
Well,
I liked it, but you can get lost and kind of not know where to go.
That's kind of why I would have played more of it, and then once I saw that Outriders finish, I was like, should I play more Narita Boy? And then I was like, well, I only got 2 of those lights on that door, and so then I was like, well,
Right.
I'm not really.
That
getting
door's
into it.
optional, by the way. I
Okay.
found out afterwards.
Great.
There's this room you go to. Okay, I'll give you where I got stuck. There's this well, or like the bottom gardens or something. You take an elevator down to get to the gardens, and then there's a guy counting sheep, and
Yes, I got some.
above him is the switch, and didn't realize I needed to climb the wall there. Like I couldn't see that that was climbable.
Oh.
So I had no idea where to go, and the game kept telling me to go there, go there, go there. I'm like, I don't know where it is, and I just missed the climbable wall. They didn't really do a good job of making it look like I should climb that. And they put
Interesting.
the altar you need to go to like off screen,
Mhm.
so I didn't even think there was I forgot there was a thing up there because I couldn't even see it. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I think they could work on that.
There was
Uh,
that game's weird because it's like it's trying to give you too much like
exposition.
about the world. Like it's a little over the top in trying to present a world to you and a
Mhm.
story. And then the whole time I'm like, did I miss the part where I get the sword because I'm getting to enemies and I'm having to like try not to
Right,
die.
right.
And so I'm like,
Yeah.
did I miss the sword? And then I'm like getting up
Mm.
elevators, and then eventually you get the sword, and then it's like cool. And then I'm kind of like, where the hell do I go? Because there's no map.
Yeah.
And so
That's
I don't know.
It gets more straightforward after that first area. It seems like it's gonna be more like, oh, you're here, go here, and then go there. I'm like, okay, this is. I'm not lost for 20 minutes trying to talk to a bird or whatever I was doing.
Okay. Weird. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, let's get to Outriders because I did I
I'm curious.
yeah. So initially, so after the demo that we played, I wasn't I had already made my decision. I wasn't gonna buy this game. I wasn't gonna spend $60 on of
Mm-hmm.
my hard-earned cash on Outriders because I just I wasn't convinced that they had an interesting enough just altogether world and story. But Game Pass, right? We got the word it was coming to Game Pass on console. So I was like, hell yeah, dude, for free, I'm gonna play this game.
Yeah.
And I started playing as a trickster, which the first time I played as a pyromancer, and I got the first two abilities and I was loving it. You know, the second ability where you create this like slow mo dome
Mm-hmm.
that they're in, and then the first ability is like this giant sword, like this blue sword that you swipe across with, and then they just like disintegrate.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm loving it. I really don't like playing on an Xbox controller. I think it like I had to turn the sensitivity down on the look to like 3 because I'm just like flailing around all over the place.
Yeah, it is fast.
So, but other than that, I was having a really good time. And then I got booted from the server, and then I couldn't reconnect. So I got through the first mission after you get out of the tutorial. You know where you're like in that sewer area and you're having to open the gates. You go to like
Oh, right.
So like that part. I got through that mission and then I couldn't reconnect after that. That happened earlier today, and then when I tried to get back on a little bit later, and I was just like, I can't play this game. Other than that, I was having a good time. I hate that you can't skip every cutscene.
Right. So I actually watched the cutscenes this time, and in the demo I just skipped them all.
Yeah.
But I watched them, and I actually do like the story now,
Mm.
and it is very interesting. It's pretty not basic, but it's sci-fi stuff you've seen before. But I like that in this shooter environment where it is familiar but interesting enough to kind of push you through and just keep killing monsters and whatever.
Is it basically that the Outriders were supposed to save the world from these alien storms and they like failed to do so, so now like the rest of the like there's this group of people that are trying to kill them because they didn't do what they promised or something like that? Is that kind of what it's about? Okay.
No, so that's the thing. When I actually watched the cutscenes, there's a lot more plot going on than you'd expect, especially at the beginning. So you weren't there, and then you were put in cryo for 31 years or something.
Oh wow.
And in that time, I don't know the exact number, but there's like 500,000 people up on the ship.
Yeah.
And I don't think all of them made it to the planet, but a lot of them did. The thing is, the planet was supposed to be like not stormy and dangerous. That's what all the probes said, and they got there and it was. And then the one guy's like, "Well, we're calling up the people. We're starting the colonization or whatever." And your group with the Outriders are like, "No, that's a bad idea. We're getting destroyed by this giant storm. Let's not do that." But you get shot, you get cryoed, all the people come down. It's 30 years later after civilization tried to restart, but all the supplies didn't get dropped either. So then it just started this whole warring faction. One of the second major area you go to is the first city, which has just been abandoned now, and it's where the colonization started. Um, and there are a lot of other details, and the text logs are way too long.
Yeah, I'm
Like
not gonna read 'em.
I need quick snippets of what happened here. I don't need 5 paragraphs. But it is interesting, and I do like the whole idea of I was asleep for 30 years, and now there's this war on this planet, and all of humanity's here, and you're trying to get the signal to contact the ship that's still up there with like a bunch of supplies, like a lot of supplies. So that's what you're trying to do.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting. I mean, it feels
Alright.
like it's a weird example because I haven't seen this movie in 20 years, but like Starship Troopers kind of
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
from my memory of it.
Yeah.
That just kind of very militaristic but not serious,
Yeah.
and there's
yeah.
like bugs trying to kill you sometimes.
Yeah.
So is it worth a download then?
Oh, yeah.
On Game Pass,
It's-
yeah, for sure.
I
I
think,
bought it.
Yeah.
I bought it. So
Yeah, I think it's worth checking out. I mean, if you like it's like I would compare it more to like Diablo than I would like Destiny,
right.
because it's basically a shooter looter, but it's more like you're not um you're more like I guess it's like little dungeons in a way, instead of it being like it's not supposed to be like
It's not open world, right?
No.
it's
I
like
mean,
little area session. It's like mission
yeah,
based
no.
almost.
Yeah.
It's just it looks a lot like Destiny because they do that stupid thing with the menu where like it's a
Oh, yeah, I
circle that
hate
you
it.
move around with your joystick if you're on console, where I really hate that they do that.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like Destiny. It looks like one of those types of games, but um I don't know. I do really like the gameplay of it. There's just a lot
Oh,
about
yeah.
the game that I think needed more time, or more like maybe just a different idea. But I think if it's a game that does stick around, which hopefully it does, I think once they do the patches or they make improvements to it, I think it'll really be more fun. I'm enjoying so far what I've played. Like, to me, the thing that draws me to it the most is the cool abilities that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Because I enjoyed playing as a pyromancer, because you're like shooting fire in different ways and healing yourself at the same time, and they give you cool ways to do that. And I'm playing as a trickster, which is pretty interesting because that's the one I heard was really cool. And the first ability I get is swiping this like giant sword,
Like lightsaber
like a
beam.
lightsaber beam. And I didn't know that. I just watched the enemies disintegrate. Like, you see
Yeah. They become skeletons. And
they're
they're just kinda
skeletons, and then they go, and I mean, it's pretty gory, and it's so cool. And then, like, you're shooting guys, you're getting beat. The cover system is awful, but
it really shouldn't be in cover that much.
so that's the tip that I was reading on Twitter from, I think it's Paul Tassi. He does like I think he writes for
right.
Forbes.
Yeah.
He was talking about how, like, or someone was commenting on his Twitter or something like that, that his tip was to not use the cover system. Like, the best thing you can do and the best way to enjoy the game is to not use the cover system, because it's all about just healing yourself with your abilities and kicking ass. And and once I started doing that, I was like, that works. This game is that's the way you play this game.
I spend about half the time in cover versus out of cover. I'm trying to do like keep the world tier difficulty system leveling up. Basically,
Yeah.
there have been a few moments where I'm like, this encounter is ridiculous. Let's tone it down. But I think I'm on like world tier 7. Or no, I played a lot of the game. I'm level 15,
Wow. Okay.
maybe.
I hit like level 4 in like World Tier 2, and I'm like, and then I just got locked out of the game, and I was,
Right.
come
Well,
on,
see,
I have time.
so I carried over a character from the demo, who was like level 6 or something.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then being a vampire, the servers have worked overnight. So when you're trying to play at 1 a.m.,
Miracle.
works great.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun time playing that. And then when it got to like 9 a.m., it's like, oh, you can't connect anymore. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
But I've really enjoyed this. I'm playing as the Devastator, which have like earthquake abilities essentially, and it is a lot of fun. Just mixing and matching those abilities, and also how the equipment changes them up. There's a lot of weapon mods and armor mods that will change your abilities, and in drastic ways. Where I have this one ability that, like, from my body just emanates an earthquake, like several seismic charges that heal me and kind of stun enemies.
Mhm.
And I could get a piece of equipment that gives me one more charge of that, or allows me to do it twice before the cooldown happens. And you can really see how once you disassemble those parts, you can reassemble them into new crafted gear and have this ultimate end game gear where you could use all your abilities 7 times and you're zipping around the world. It's really really cool. I think it's a ton of fun to play. The shooting feels good and
Yeah.
fighting the enemies feels good. It doesn't There's only a few enemy types that feel bullet spongy. Everything else feels like, oh, I got a headshot, I did a significant amount of damage, or they're dead. It's not like, let me just keep pumping into this thing, except for, like I said, the armored dudes are very armored. And those are the ones where I have to kind of, like, you really have to play smart, especially as the higher world tiers. You can't just be out and about like, hey guys, what's going on? And they're like lighting you on fire. No, stop. And you haven't got to yet. There's a giant, like, monster hunter boss in a
Oh, really?
volcano.
Dang.
It's like, I didn't expect this at all, but you fight a giant spidery thing. Is cool. It's really cool. So besides the server issues, which
Yeah.
are real,
They're real
but
bad.
we'll probably,
Like nobody can play it.
yeah, no one complained about it though. Which will probably be gone in a week.
Which is fine.
I'm
Hey,
assuming.
it means people are playing the game.
Yeah.
But all I've seen, like, on Twitter is, like, on my feed is all I can see is people can't play it, which is fine. Like,
Yeah.
that means other people are playing it, and that means that they're getting traffic, and it's most likely due to Game Pass. That means
Right. I
Game
think,
Pass is working. It's doing its job.
well, it's to Game Pass, and I think it's also, there's nothing else coming out. This
Yeah.
is one of the first next gen. I mean, it's on last gen, but it is
yeah.
a next gen game. It is fully optimized for next gen. It looks great. I mean,
Yep.
I'm playing a PC, but it looks great.
Yeah, I remember when I played the demo, it looked really good.
Oh yeah, there's nothing. Again, there is nothing coming out until Returnal, maybe. And if you don't care, if you don't have a PS5, Resident Evil, and if you don't have a next gen system or PC, not that game either. So this is one of the few games coming out in a drought, basically.
Yeah.
I think they just didn't allocate enough resources maybe for the server load. That's what
Yeah.
I would guess.
I wonder if maybe they based that off of pre-orders, and then once Game Pass came into play, maybe that changed.
In the demo, I'm sure they based that on the demo, which I know was successful. But I
Yeah.
think a lot of people look at demos and go, I'll just wait.
Yeah.
So
That's a big part. I mean, I used to play demos all the time, and then I moved away from it because it just kind of felt like, okay, like this is neat.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you don't get a whole lot out of the demo because there's still so many bugs, and there's, they're not going to give you the whole shebang. It's just kind of a sneak peek. So unless it's something you're like really, really into, and you just kind of want to see what it looks like, I mean, most games don't let you carry stuff over now, and that's the worst part of it.
right.
You
Yeah.
spend all this time grinding a demo, and then you're like, oh, here you go, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
thanks.
I think I would love to see more of, like, have they released any sort of timeline for, like, what they're planning to add or anything like that?
I don't think they are at anything. Like, this is meant to be more of a complete game. I don't know if anyone knows anything about the end game in terms of what that all entails, but there's like 20 world tiers to get to. And
Jeez.
obviously you can play the other characters. I don't know. I don't. There is no roadmap. This isn't a games as a service.
I know.
It is a game, and that's
So
partially what I like
conflicted.
about it.
I know. I just don't want to spend.
I know. I want to play Destiny 2 for 4 years. Meh.
Hey, I just leveled up my Titan. I can throw a shield like
No
Captain
one
America.
cares about Destiny 2 though. No one cares.
Play it casually enough that I care.
I
But
wanted to care about it a lot, and they
I'm-
just completely fucked it up.
they did. It's definitely gotten better.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
contemplating Monster Hunter Rise because I've on Switch.
Just
but-
play Outriders. You already are playing a thing.
What do you mean?
Outriders.
Play Outriders.
Well, yeah, I'm playing on Xbox though, but I'm about to go on vacation, and then I need something for my Switch.
Fine. Play your stupid Monster Hunter game.
I don't want to play it. You know what? I'll just wait. I'll just continue to play on Xbox.
Why don't you get a little adapter for your phone? and play it on XCloud with your save
There you go.
and with the controller.
Boom.
Boom. Solved it.
Is xCloud on iPhone?
Oh, I'm
so.
sorry. You have a garbage phone. Never mind.
No, I
Oh.
love my phone.
Yeah, your phone's trash.
No,
Sucks to be you.
I don't like Android
I
phones.
like phone.
I worked in cell phones for a long time. I made.
I
My
guess you have to
decision.
buy a Monster Hunter Rise now. I guess that's
That's not a
That's,
bad
that's the
thing.
only thing you can
Why
do.
is that a bad thing?
because we're supposed to wait for PC.
we can still buy it on PC. You know what? I'm probably not gonna buy anything, and I'll just keep playing what I have.
He's just gonna play Minecraft.
God.
It's fine.
I'm
play-
gonna
you know
play
what?
Flappy Bird on my phone.
You know what? I'll
Destiny
wait
2.
for them to make a modded version of Minecraft that's like Monster Hunter or Outriders. I'll just play that.
I don't know
Just-
what.
I'll just
sure,
play Pixelmon.
fine.
We'll just play Pixelmon. Mike, we're gonna make a Pixelmon server. We're gonna play that.
Fuck is Pixel?
Yeah, we don't know what this is.
It's Pokemon, but in Minecraft.
I hate it. I hate it.
I don't know the pokey things.
Oh man.
My favorite Pokemon is Optimus Prime.
It's a
Yeah.
good one.
I'm sure someone made a drawing of that somewhere.
He
I mean,
transforms, right?
My
Isn't
favorite
that
Pokemon is the
Optimus?
one that looks like an ice cream cone. So, which is real, but
The Poke
ice cream.
things. Yeah,
It's ice
Poke things.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tried Pokemon Go. That sucked too.
it did.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
agree.
Chris. Chris is gonna be upset with me. Shit.
Oh no.
Pokemon.
I like
Yeah,
Pokemon,
I just-
Chris. Don't worry.
The only thing I
I'll be your
remember about
ally.
Pokemon Go was the cemetery across the street from where we used to live had a big sign, like all over that said "No Pokemon Go" because people just wandered through the cemetery. One of the gyms was in the cemetery. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. They
Yeah,
should be
yeah.
happy about that.
That's right. I know, right?
Get some
No one
visitors.
was destroying anything.
Cemeteries are
Jerk.
like parks with additional geometry.
There's just a lot of guests that you don't
Yeah, there's
talk
just
to or see.
a few little weird
Hopefully.
rocks that are kind of in the way of me enjoying this park. Like, but whatever.
My dog every once in a while brings back a really weird bone or a really weird stick, kind of shaped like a femur. I mean, whatever.
Oh.
It's just
It's
an
fine.
entire rib cage.
Yeah,
Where'd you find
Oh
that?
my god.
that's concerning.
All right, I'll cover
Walk
my
away.
last game that I played real quick.
Okay.
League of Legends Wild Rift came out on mobile. Basically, finally. I mean, I don't know what took them so long, but
Was it on Android
finally.
first? And
it
then,
is. It's on both. So, but yeah, basically, it's a mobile version of League of Legends, and it plays exactly like Mobile Legends, which is the people that made League of Legends on mobile, but they couldn't use the name officially or anything like that. And it's exactly what it is. It's just a mobile version of League of Legends, and it's great, and I love it. And I'm actually
I love League of Legends.
Yeah.
I don't know what League of Legends is.
it's the biggest
For the
esports in
best.
the world.
it is actually tremendously big. Yeah, that's true.
It's huge. But it's okay if you don't know what it is. You don't want to know what it is. And I've never cared about esports ever, but somehow I got into one match of League of Legends just watching it, and once I understood it, I was drawn in, and then I cared, and then now I can sit and I can watch League of Legends, and like once you kind of understand the language of a match, it's crazy just how like it feels like a sport, like I'm watching a sports match. Like I can, when they score a point or whatever, like you actually get into it and you become a spectator the same way you would like a basketball game or like a football game. Like I do really enjoy that part of esports. It's not like if I try to watch Overwatch esports, like one of those leagues or anything like that, it's not the same. Like League really does have a whole different like level of just like an esports power, and that's why it's so huge all over the world. Like it's like I understand why that and like why Dota are two of the biggest esports games in the world. Like it's crazy, really good. Yeah, don't try to play it though. It's awful, and the people that you play with are so mean. So don't.
That's true. Yeah, that's
don't
true.
try to play it. Even the people that are trying to learn, like if you're in in a co-op game trying to fight AI bots, they're like, "You're not doing it right," and I'm just like, I'm just gonna turn off chat so I don't see your messages and just try to play my character. So,
or it could be a lot of fun. You just want to troll a bunch of
How do I
bunch
click?
of folks.
you
How
could
do
do
I-
that too. I just turn off
Monster?
chat and I just mind my
What's
business.
this
I'm like,
light thing?
yeah, I just like
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna roll
go
my giant
main.
snowball into these things and just ignore this guy
Yeah.
that's yelling at me.
Where do I go? What do I do?
Help me!
Where's the Pokemon?
Where the damn
Yeah,
Pokemans?
exactly.
Yeah, piss people off.
Yeah. Anyways,
I've gained a whole new appreciation for trolling people that just are just asses. Like
oh yeah.
it's so much fun.
Did you ever play Counter Strike?
No. I played CS:GO Counter Strike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
CS:GO.
I played a Counter Strike like a bazillion years ago. When I was in college, we used to go to an internet cafe and play Counter Strike.
Okay.
But outside of that, not really. I've always now that I'm on PC, I've kind of wanted to be like, oh, let me do this and see what it's like. But I just
What do you think of like
time.
do you, because I know you play a lot of Call of Duty with
Mm-hmm.
Ryan and Sean. Do you guys do like elimination or like what's the other one? Countdown or like the search and
Game?
destroy?
No, not as much.
Okay.
We do a lot of the gunfight.
Oh yeah,
just
gunfight.
because it's they're quick and easy. Obviously, we need to find some sort of game that lends itself to quote unquote radio.
Yeah.
So search and destroy can go on forever.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Because it has rounds and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, maybe if we end up in like a TDM, it's not terrible. But even if we get like a domination game, it drags on too long because no one ever plays the objective. They always just try to get kills and level up guns and shit like that, and that's really obnoxious.
I was gonna say if you like those type of like elimination matches or rounds stuff like that. So the company that makes League of Legends makes a game called Valorant, and it's basically like CS:GO, but they have abilities. They use special abilities, but they also use guns.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one.
I've seen that quite a bit.
Yeah, Valorant's fun. That's a good one.
See, I'm a meathead though. I just like shooting.
Same.
That's my thing.
Yeah,
Like
me
I
too.
just like running and shooting. Like I hate stealth games. Like I've tried to play Hitman so many times.
Yeah,
But I'm like, why can't I just run through the building and shoot everybody? Like if I do that fast enough, then I'm good.
Because then you're like me and
But
you're throwing pans and knives at people, and then you barely make it to the end of the quest, and you hit the button as like there's 15 cops running after you.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not really a sneaky guy.
Yeah.
Or using the things. That's why I think part of the reason why Apex is so difficult for me is because they have the abilities, and then there's this and there's that, and like I just want to shoot people. Why did that guy just disappear through that hole in the wall? You know. But like, yeah, I'm not like Fortnite. Not even.
I shot at that
the
guy
building
and he turned
thing.
into a 5-story building. Great.
Yeah. Yeah, I shot the guy. What the hell is that? Why is it a fort? So, yeah. I can build like straight up, and then I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do.
I can build a stair with a wall, and then that's it.
What is this triangle thing? Why did I build a triangle? I always end up building the fucking triangle thing, and I'm like, what do I do with this?
the roof.
Yeah, like great. It was wonderful.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would actually just I wouldn't build. I would just use other people's buildings. And I did get a few wins that way where I was like, I'm just going to sneak around your building and just like shoot up there. And eventually I'd break their fort and they would just fall to their death.
Yeah.
So.
Or you just get underneath. I just like shooting the bottom of the buildings.
Yeah.
Because I know that on the other side of that, there's like an 11-year-old kid who is yelling and raging. Because I built my 90s are tight. Like, I don't even know what that means. But yeah, now suck on that, you stupid 90s. You know, because
the mom's like yelling.
I don't play to win. I play to troll. So
yeah. That's all. That's the best we could do at our age.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I feel really old a lot when I play video games now because I'm like, when I was a kid, my dad was probably like, "What the fuck is he playing?" And then now I'm like, "What the hell are these kids playing?" Like, you know, like, hey, like Leaf Blower Revolution,
right?
Yeah, that's my game. And you know, like, oh god,
Lawnmower Simulator coming soon.
Yeah,
I love
there you
that.
go. I'm so excited. Like, look at these lines. But it's so weird how you just turn, you turn into an old person when you hit a certain age, and you're like, ah, shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be 40 in September. Like what the hell?
Oh,
Now
yeah.
I want to play
Feel
like
it.
grilling simulator. Yeah.
there we go.
How do I? Is there a game? Does that
It sounds
exist yet? Why not?
Well, you see
Yeah.
like those trucking simulator games and stuff like that, and you see people playing. You're like, there's some days where I'm like, I can't see myself playing a shooter right now. I just want to like sit and click something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching someone play the flight simulator, the Microsoft Flight
Oh,
Simulator.
did they
the
have
other
the
day.
big old like
No
levers and
no.
everything? No,
I've seen that. That's like
That's
next
crazy.
level.
that's crazy.
But it's all real time flying, so I would be like, well, I'm gonna walk away for an hour, come back and the plane's crashed.
No,
no,
Oh,
they
it
have,
went down.
they have autopilot.
Whoops.
You can set it on
I thought there was an
autopilot.
autopilot.
There is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's autopilot.
you
Oh,
can
no,
you can do like a
exactly.
real flight.
So-
Oh, but you
Yeah, but
might
that's
forget,
not
and
me.
it just
Yeah,
oh,
I
my
was just like,
bad.
all right, we're good.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But I can't imagine there was a guy who was flying from like, I don't know, Paris to somewhere like 6 hours away. It's like, why would you play? Because 6 hours? Okay.
He wants the real experience.
Well, I mean, that's it. Can you imagine someone being like, hey, let's fly from Paris to Tokyo to New York? Like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, and they streamed the whole thing. And I was like, wow, that's exciting. Like, hey, guys,
Yeah.
look, it's a cloud.
Yeah, I don't know
There's
what you're
another,
looking at.
another cloud. Ooh, this one's kind of gray. Like, oh, great.
Hey, it might be soothing for some people.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. We'll
Gotcha.
go with that. We'll go with it soothing.
For
'Cause I
someone.
don't- Yeah, for some, not me. That's why I can't. That's why I don't read, because I get like 5 minutes into a book, then I'm like, oh look, I should be like texting on my phone. I should be like a glue stick, and you're like, okay, that's that. Yeah, I can't do it. Simulator games.
All right, Ben.
You guys
what's-
like VR? There's a,
Oh.
surgery simulator in VR. That's a lot of fun. Man, I am my dad right now. You guys like you guys like Coca-Cola?
Oh
You know,
god.
there's sugar in it.
I played a little bit of VR,
um,
but I'm not
Yeah.
super into it. Ben really likes VR. He played
Well, I don't know about that.
well, you like
Play-
well, you've played some really good VR games.
Yeah. Sure. I've played Half-Life Alyx. I mean,
Beat
the
Saber.
one
Did you
VR
have Beat
game
Saber?
that's really worth it.
Yeah.
That's more than just the tech demo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like VR. It does make me sick though. There's a lot of VR games I can't play.
Yeah.
Um,
We
unfortunately.
there's like one of the VR cafes around here. Before pre-COVID, we would go like once a month. And the last time we went, there was like a Spider-Man game that came out, and I was like on the ground, like hugging the ground, because you can fly up. And I was like, oh my god.
They have
But
I
there's
think it's
some
on
fun
PlayStation.
ones.
No, it might I don't know if it's on PlayStation. It might be on PC only, but it's like a plank game where
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw that. No, thank
Yeah.
you.
No, any vertical height changes?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
No. It's
But
not
there's
happening.
some cool simulators. One there was like working simulator, which I thought was funny because you're like, if I don't hate my job enough, let's.
yeah.
Let's do it
But
here.
it's cool because you can like throw cups at.
I want to
at other
simulate
people.
working at a grocery store.
Yeah, it's great. But the surgeon simulator is fun. Once you figure out how to do it, for me, I was just like, what can I put in this guy's chest?
Oh yeah, I think they're doing.
I feel like that
so-
is the game. Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
making a
yeah.
sequel to that. I think, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're,
what's
they're
this?
doing a
What's
part
a, how do you sequel like brain surgeon simulator?
Yeah, I think you. I think they're just adding like goofier things, like
Oh,
now
cool.
you can have
Oh, yeah, yeah,
four
yeah.
flailing
Nice.
arms or something like that. I don't know.
Nice, nice.
I'm thinking of that inflatable
Sky's the limit, folks.
tool,
Sky's the limit.
man.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
Anyways, Ben, do you have any more games that you want to? I think you had.
I have a
one.
few things. Real quick, touch on. I played Donkey Kong Country 2 on my quest to play the Donkey Kong games. And it's really good. I think Donkey Kong 2 is better than the first one by a lot. It starts to feel more like Rare, classic N64 Rare. There's more opportunities for you to be a like parrot and fly into the level, or a spider doing spidery things.
Okay.
And a snake. You could be a snake. That's fun. way more enjoyable platforming. It still has that weird pacing issue where you get to the end and it's like, oh, this is the final, King K. Rool's here, and you got to go chase him. And there's one level, and then you fight him on the boss. I'm like, what? Where was the buildup? I didn't even know. I also didn't know what happened. Like, you just start the game, and it's like, oh, bad stuff's going on. And I get to the end, and Donkey Kong's like tied up in a rope, like he was captured. And like, I didn't know. I didn't know that was a thing. Was there a cutscene if I leave the pause menu or like at the start? Don't
Is
press
there?
start.
Yeah, I thought there was at least a cut, like an intro scene.
I had no idea. I thought there was a guy called Lanky Kong, and I
What?
thought Lanky Kong just looks like Donkey Kong in a coat, and I just thought it was Donkey Kong being lazy the whole game because you play as Diddy and Trixie. I just thought
Yeah.
that was it. I thought he was just chilling doing some other shit, but no, he was captured. I had no idea. So maybe you should work on that. It's a 25-year-old game, but maybe
Yeah,
you should work
they
on that
should
a
go
little
back
bit.
and fix that. I'm
We
sure.
should fix that a little bit.
Nintendo's gonna do.
I need a
that.
short little cutscene that says, "Hey, Donkey Kong's captured. That's why you're doing this." But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I'm playing that 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim game,
Wow.
which
What a
I
name.
did get from GameFly.
Shout out to GameFly.
Shout out to GameFly.
Gamefly.
Yeah, I
Still,
played like 6
still
hours
doing
of
their
it.
thing.
This is a visual novel, basically. It deals with time travel, more kaiju,
There are
robots, high school drama in a way. They're all
Alright.
high school students, or yeah, they're high school students. And it's all told kind of out of order. Also, there's time travel. Also, there's 13 characters.
jeez.
There's a lot going on, but
All right.
it's very good and very entertaining. And it doesn't do the JRPG bullshit of explaining you one point for 25 minutes and then doing it again 5 minutes later for no fucking reason.
Huh.
Persona 5. I was supposed to cough and say Persona 5, but I just said Persona 5. So
Yeah, it's
it's whatever.
Okay. It's past that point where we
Joel
bow
will
down.
put that in post. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Good, perfect.
I'm just gonna cough with a lot of phlegm into the microphone.
I really like it though. It's a very interesting story. It's got also I guess it's kind of turn-based or real-time strategy, but it pauses when the turn's up. Gameplay where you're in these mechs fighting the kaiju that are destroying the city.
What would you compare the gameplay to, like the battle system to?
I mean that
like Fire Emblem or
kind of like Fire Emblem.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably or like yeah, that's pretty close. That or XCOM, anything like that. It is, you have certain attacks that attack in the air or on the ground or both, and you're firing missiles and lasers, and some are like melee mecha. They have like a sword or whatever, and it's presented in a way that's interesting, but not that interesting. Where it's just a lot of lights and flashing, but it's not like, oh, I'm gonna do my cool sword move, and it's like, whoa, look at him do this sword move. It's just like bam, and then explosions. But it's a fun little diversion from the rest of the game, and you kind of have to. You'll do a bunch of those missions, and then it'll say like you got to continue the story up to this point, and you can go and do the story and kind of pick which character you want to advance further. And then there's branching paths within the story. There's time travel going on. There's a cat that you can talk to that's like making you shoot this person with this weird gun. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. It's bonkers. Like that's what's interesting about it is every character has their own little plot point, and some of them are from the future. They got put into the past, and some like don't know that, but some people do know that other people from the future are here. It's crazy. So that's why I keep playing it. Like I want to know what's going on in this game. It's really weird.
A murderous cat or a murder.
I don't know what the
accomplice cat.
I don't know what the cat's deal is, but like, so you're this girl, and your boyfriend or the guy you liked or something lost his memory because if you use the Sentinels, the mecha too much, it wipes your brain. Like you gotta stop because it's like psionically linked to you, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, and I didn't mention when you're in the mecha, you're naked for some reason. Also, they just keep mentioning it every once in a while. Hasn't explained it. I don't know why. I don't know if there's a reason, but you get used to it, I guess.
Interesting.
It's very
sounds Japanese.
Why? I don't know. It's very Japanese. Anyway, so he lost his memory, and then you meet this cat Also, you're from the future. I think you're from the future, and then you're back into the 80s. I think that's this girl. Anyway, you meet this cat who talks to you and is like, I'll get this guy's memory back, but you have to shoot these other people with this weird mystery gun that doesn't hurt, doesn't kill them. It just makes them forget their recent thoughts. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, it's a whole disaster nonsense. It's a mess. It's a giant mess. But it's so entertaining because it's not it's presented in a way that is a lot more fun than other visual novels. And like I said, it doesn't do just the what's his name in Persona 5? Ryuji, or is that
Ryuji's like the best friend.
yeah, that guy needs to shut the fuck up. It's like seriously 20 minutes with this guy. And in this game it is 2 minutes, and the way they talk feels very natural. You have a kind of a thought cloud of like plot points you can read through and then present them to certain people and be like, well, what about this? It's contextual, and all the writing is great. Very into it. Super good game. The art is beautiful too. Definitely look up the art. It's Vanillaware.
It's nice. I've seen it. Yeah, it's like it's so good looking. Ridiculously good looking, you might say. But yeah, I'm gonna play more of that and report back. Is if I ever find out why they're naked is what I want to know.
Very good question. Why?
Very Japanese though.
Why not? Right?
Huh.
I mean, they are like 16, so it is a little weird.
Oh yeah, no, that's real weird.
Yeah, that's real weird.
I mean, that's also.
It is
very,
worth
like,
noting.
anime.
It's the same thing with Persona, where like the age of consent in Japan, I think, is 16, and that's why they have dating and stuff in Persona, and it makes more sense. It's also still fucking weird for you to be like a 30-year-old man, like, I ship this waifu, like this waifu's 16, so maybe you should stop. Maybe you should just tone it down on the waifu over there.
Oh god.
Well, Japan's a weird place.
I mean,
so.
and granted, they're naked, but it's not like you see anything. You just see like their body. It's all cut.
You just see their body.
It's still weird. Yeah, you just see their body.
You see their body, no big deal.
Just their body, though.
Oh god. Cool.
I'm sure there's very strategically placed light flares.
Oh yeah,
and...
they're like leaning on a thing, and it's pressed in a way where like, oh, you can't see anything, but you definitely tell they're naked.
You can tell. That's
no one's surprised.
No, not at all. Because like I said, it's a very weird place.
No, it happens at the very beginning. It's like, what happened to my clothes? It's like, we're fighting kaiju. I'm like, what is happening? This has got to stop, guys.
Whenever I fight kaiju, I usually get naked, so I get it.
I think you might as well. If you're flying a mech and it's the end of the world, I guess you might as well just.
Yeah.
You never know when you're gonna need to be naked, so it's fine.
You don't want to mess up your clothes while you're fighting kaiju.
Exactly. Very nice clothes. Yeah. You don't want to, you don't want those problems. So you just get naked.
You don't want to stretch your collar, shirt, or anything like that. You know?
Right.
Get wrinkled.
Rip something. It's all downhill from
That's
there.
not good.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Cool.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Any other games?
What was the game called, Ben?
13 Sentinels Aegis Rim.
What a name.
Yeah, it's excellent though. It's really, really well done.
I've been like the more I hear about this game, the more I'm like, I feel like this is my type of game, but then like the like story part of it, I'm not sure. But then it's like, well, Persona had a lot of that tue. Does it have like so with Persona, I thought the calendar part of like Persona games was always kind of interesting. Like, oh, you got to do it by this date. But then it got kind of tiring in Persona 5. This doesn't have that, does it?
No.
Okay.
No, this is very much.
You're not like on a time crunch all the time.
There's 13 characters, right? So I'm picking so-and-so and then playing them for 15, 20 minutes and continuing their story and then going to the next person. It's also only like a 30-hour game. It's not a 140-hour Persona game.
Oh, God. Persona,
yeah.
you do this to us.
And it's so interesting because I don't know like how all these people get together at the end, because all the turn-based battles and stuff are the end of the world like final battle shit, and everyone's all together. And it like, how does this all happen, or did this happen before? It's really interesting. I love time travel stories also, so that does help, and it's extremely unique.
So you must really love Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I've never seen Bill and... No, that's not true. I saw them on like TBS or something way back.
I've seen the new one.
I need to watch the new one. Every time I see the trailer, I get super excited. I
How
love
are you
those
just
movies.
seeing this trailer like on the street?
No, it's on
the
Amazon
build-
Prime. I think, right?
It just
Is it Amazon
plays.
Prime?
It auto plays the
I don't know where
trailer.
I've seen the trailer somewhere, but it's when I was watching. Oh, maybe Amazon Prime, Hulu. I don't know. It was playing
Joel's
a lot
drunk.
at a certain
Oh, it
point.
could be Hulu. Sure.
When we were
Nice.
watching a show, it was playing a lot, and so I was like, I need to get that. And then I kept telling myself that the movie came out eventually, and I was like, I never bought it.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. Is it out? It's out.
Oh yeah,
It's been out for like 9 months, I think.
Yeah, I think it's been out.
Yeah, it's been out for a while.
It's been out for
Yeah.
a while now. Yeah, it has the
movies like-
actress from what's that movie? The hide and seek movie. I forgot. Samara
I've
Weaving?
no.
Samara
Hide
Weaving.
and seek movie.
Is
Yeah.
it called hide and seek?
Gosh, what's it called? Hang on. I'll find it. It's a good movie. You'd like it, Ben.
Would I?
You like horror movies.
I mean, I like some horror movies.
Yeah.
It's the problem is I like the horror movies I like are like the best horror movies, and those are the
Ready
only
or
ones
Not.
I've seen.
Have you seen
Ready or Not?
Yeah, it's good. You
No.
like it. It's basically where like this this woman marries into a family where like the only way they stay alive is by playing a game at a certain like on the wedding night.
Oh, this is
And-
fairly recent, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I've seen the
and-
trailer for this.
And that night, the game that they draw is like hide and seek, basically. And so she has to hide, and the family has to basically find her, and they all have to basically grab a weapon and kill her in order to basically continue to live. It's really weird. It's like a weird concept, but the movie's so good.
All right,
Surprisingly.
fine, I'll look at it.
It's good.
Uh-huh.
I recommend it.
What's it called? Seach and Find? What is it?
Ready or not?
Ready or Not?
Ready or not? Here it comes.
Ready or Not? 2019. Okay.
Very recent.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, it's a good
I'll
movie.
add it to the backlog of things that I should watch and haven't watched for a long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe it's on HBO. If it's on HBO, I'll watch.
I don't know if it is. Cool.
I'm gonna find out. That's my job today.
all right.
End of the show.
All right. Well, I think that's all we got for today. Got our games covered, got our news covered, we got our MikeO covered.
Yeah, it's me.
That's you. Cool. Well,
It's
Mike,
me.
thanks again for joining us today. I was really excited to have you on.
You'll have to get the three of us on together at some point. Me, Sean, and Ryan.
Yeah.
And the real chaos will ensue.
The real chaos, the gaming morning show trio. That'd be cool. Yeah, I definitely want to do that.
I know Ryan will be like, I don't want to because I don't know anything about video games.
Oh, he did fine last time. It was he did
That's why I know. He was like, you would have been much better. And I'm like, dude, just you're great. You're
Yeah.
wonderful."
It's not like we talk about video games just in the news section, and then
I think half the show was about pancakes, so I don't know
Yeah.
if you need to know video games.
Yeah. Exactly.
Put it on a pancake. That's
it on a
probably what he was
pancake.
yelling, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we said that.
Uh,
we talked about pancakes and flapjacks. We didn't even say put it on a pancake.
Well, it's not- I don't like that.
Oh.
I don't honestly. I'm not a big fan of the sports radio beep boop button shit,
Oh.
but it's done okay. It's not done obnoxiously.
There's some stuff that are okay. I don't. I'm not a big fan of the put them on a pancake thing. I don't know if Ryan will ever hear or see this. If he
tell him.
does,
I'm
so
gonna
what?
send him that clip. Just kidding. Clip it out,
Oh, shit,
Chris.
he clipped it. Yeah, but no, just not a. I mean, I'm good with it. I just don't.
I like when bits are overdone. I find them really funny. So
I-
if there's like something
I like it when things are run into the ground.
there, like I always bring up when we had our gaming award shows or gaming awards. I had the sound like these notification things like I think it was like applause or like trumpets or
Mhm.
something, and I always bring them up like, Ben, I'm gonna put them on one of the episodes. Ben's like, no, God, please don't.
I hate it. And I don't
hate
even
'em.
hear it, so there might be noises going, and I have no idea.
Because I play them on stream and not directly into his ear.
Yeah.
But I don't actually do it. I only did it that one episode. But I just think it's funny. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end the show so that we can all get on with our Starry Night.
Yeah,
Again,
I'm going to bed. So
Again, thank you, Mike, for joining us. Remember, you can find him over twitch.tv/LookItsMikeO. You can also find him on Gaming Morning Show. That's twitch.tv/gaming morning show. Also,
Or you can head over to you can watch us on Facebook Gaming as well as YouTube. So head on over to the YouTube and just search for Gaming Morning Show. And if people wouldn't mind, if you hit subscribe, that would be great because then we can get that custom URL and stop having to say the whole search for us thing. Because it makes me nuts, and Ryan really thinks it's funny. So
exactly. Yes.
we're like 12 away. So
Yeah. All the links are found on is
do it.
watchgms.tv.
Watch GMS is Twitter. I think we only have Twitter. I don't think we have Instagram or anything.
Okay. You guys have a
Ryan's
website,
like
though,
the
right?
old the family. What was that?
You guys have a website?
Sure.
Watchgms.tv, I think. Pretty sure.
Watch the show. Just tune into the show.
Want me to start typing things,
Just start
and
typing.
I'll tell you if you have a website.
Yeah.
Just
pretty-
watch GMS.tv.
Cool. All right, sounds good. And then, of course, you can find this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify. You can also find us over at thegamefanatics.com. You can find video versions of the podcast on youtube.com/loadlastcheckpoint. You can also find this stream, twitch.tv/loadlastcheckpoint. We'll be probably recording Saturdays, 8 p.m. Pacific time. We won't be recording live next weekend. I'll be gone on vacation, so we'll have a supplemental episode recorded at some point. So you should see that. Again, thank you for all the follows tonight from Gaming Morning Show community coming over from Mike's stream. Thanks again, Mike, for bringing over your crew.
Absolutely.
And
Gaming Morning Show.tv, according to Chris and me. Thank you, Chris. Yes.
Thank you, Chris.
I appreciate that.
And
someone has to know.
Somebody.
He's got us.
We'll catch you guys next week. Thank you guys for all the listens, all the subs, all the follows to the show. And have a good Easter. If Mario does happen to resurrect himself or show up at your door or something, just hit him with a mushroom or run or, I don't know, call Luigi.
Happy Zombie Jesus Day, everybody.
Happy Zombie Jesus
Mm-hmm.
Day.
That's Zombie Mario Day.
Zombie Mario, yeah, either one. Maybe they're the same person. They kind of look similar.
It was Mario the whole time.
Mario, it was me. I'm Mario.
Oh no.
The Mario.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.